Hey there! You ever try to make an omelet, but the second you flip it, you have to change the game plan to scrambled eggs instead? That's me after seeing a single frame of March 7th going through a new phase. Whether you're planning to skip the entirety of 3.5 or not, it is still worth knowing what's on the horizon. But quick announcement before we jump in. This video uses a new experimental layout for the events calendar infographic. It looks something like this. Let me know in the comments which format you prefer. Now, here's the complete roadmap for everything arriving in Honkai Star Rail between August and September. Let's begin. Starting with the month of August 12th, 3.5 Part 1 begins. Part 1 kicks off with an email from the Dot Ladies. Headlining Part 1 is Hysilens, a long-awaited Dot specialist making her debut. The rerun banner will feature only one character this time around, and it just happens to be Kafka. If you ever wanted to build a Dot team from scratch, this is basically your starter pack. You've got until September 2nd before these banners disappear. Also on the 12th, Chrysos Maze Grand Restaurant. This brand new minigame event puts the Trailblazer in charge of a restaurant staffed by mem-like clones. Because clearly saving Amphoreus is a side quest. You have got until September 22nd to secure all the limited time rewards. On the 18th, Apocalyptic Shadow resets. On the 20th, Space Station Task Force. This name might sound familiar because it is a returning event from a while back. The core mechanics haven't changed much. It is still easy rewards by auto-completing a commission task. August 27th, Planar Fissure double drop rates. That should be all for August. Moving on to September. On the 1st, Pure Fiction resets. On the 2nd, 3.5 Part 2 begins. Part 2 will feature one Bellabach Eater-sized Empress, Cerydra. The rerun banner features only Silver Wolf this time around, keeping things rather simple. Both banners will be available until September 22nd. Also on the 2nd, Old Brews and New Friends. This event brings back the familiar drink mixing gameplay from Penacony, a good chance to earn rewards through a casual minigame of bartending. Be sure to finish it before September 22nd. Next up, 8th/9th, 3.7 Drip Marketing. With the Amphoreus storyline steadily approaching its conclusion, 3.7 is shaping up to be a patch to watch out for. Nothing has been officially confirmed yet, but speculation is swirling. And many signs seems to point to Cyrene as the leading horse of this race. Now, I'm no fortune teller. I can't give you the next week's winning lottery numbers. But if Cyrene really is the headliner for 3.7, it's safe to say that most of us won't be leaving 3.7 with more Stellar Jades than we started with. Next up, September 12th, 3.6 Special Program. I know this new version of March 7 has some of you feeling a certain kind of way, but don't forget, Dong Heng is also here for 3.6. Can I just say that both March 7th and Dong Heng both get new outfits with their respective new forms? Meanwhile, our poor raccoon still stuck with the same clothes since launch. The closest thing to a wardrobe update they've gotten is a hat. And also on the 12th, Garden of Plenty double drop rates. September 15th, Memory of Chaos resets. September 23rd, 3.6 Part 1 begins. Finally, let's recap everything quickly, starting with early August. On the 12th, version 3.5 Phase 1 begins. Also on the 12th, Chrysos Maze Grand Restaurant event. On the 18th, Apocalyptic Shadow resets. On the 20th, Space Station Task Force events. On the 27th, Planar Fissure double drop rates. Moving on to September. On the 1st, Pure Fiction reset and monthly store resets. On the 2nd, 3.5 Phase 2 begins. Also on the 2nd, Old Brews and New Friends events. On the 8th and maybe the 9th, 3.7 Drip Marketing. On the 12th, 3.6 Special Program. Also on the 12th, Garden of Plenty double drop rates. On the 15th, Memory of Chaos resets. On the 23rd, 3.6 Part 1 begins. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.